All right, Fox News contributor Sarah Carter and The Hill's John Solomon each out with brand new reports detailing the ongoing allegations in the House and the Senate as to whether the FBI agent, remember Peter Strzok, and other FBI employees may have been responsible for media leaks surrounding the Russia investigation. Joining us to break it all down are The Hill's John Solomon, Fox News contributor Sarah Carter, and along with us, the author of the bestseller Trumped Up, Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz is with us. All right, let's get to the details. John, we'll start with you. Basically, they are admitting when they talk about, oh, they have advanced knowledge of this thing. Oh, the article is out, but hidden behind a paywall. And then it gets, goes through the whole tone is anti-bureau. Just a tiny bit from us, Page replies. There's more, and then the CF article. I mean, are they not referencing they are leaking to the press? And what does that mean? How profound is that?
I don't think we know entirely, but congressional investigators certainly have a strong suspicion that these text messages point to an operation inside the FBI that was leaking information, spinning reporters, tracking down reporters. There's a whole effort where the two of them are trying to track down the great reporter from the New York Times, Matt Apuzzo. And why else would they be trying to track down a reporter unless someone wanted to talk to him? But I walked away. I read through hundreds of these messages over the week. I walked away from one thing. I remember the moment when James Comey in his testimony said, FBI agents don't give a rip about politics and they don't leak. After you read these messages, you walk away thinking these two FBI agents cared a lot about politics and they were monitoring the media almost like they were a press office.
I keep hearing, Sarah, that we're going to learn a lot more about a connection between some people within the intelligence community and the CIA and elsewhere about their relationships with the media. But my more specific question for the moment has to do with, I think one of the worst parts of this is they're looking up the names of the family, the kids of a particular New York Times reporter. What, because they don't like his reporting?
Well, we don't know, do we? These are the questions that the committee members want to have answered, and that's why they want to interview Strzok. They want to interview Lisa Page. And remember, this is just what we've been looking at, these text messages between the two of them. But you also have General Counsel James Baker, who they want to question, and Andrew Weissman, who's over at the DOJ.
What about Page advising McCabe?
Exactly. Page advising McCabe, and all of the questions that they have regarding, the insurance policy with McCabe. So they're going to want to question Andrew McCabe, the deputy director,
and this is
apparently going to be leaving in March.
A few hundred texts, and it's going to be slow released to these agencies, the House and Senate committees.
Well, we're hoping
9,500.
9,500, but they're expected to receive all of those very soon. They won't be slow rolled out. We're expecting a lot by January 11th.
You see this type of leaking. I have followed your comments on this very, very closely. And then you see that the Trump-Russia collusion narrative is really dying and withering on a vine. Now they've moved into a collective media bubble that, oh, this president, we got to go to the 25th Amendment. What is your reaction to all of it?
25th Amendment is totally irrelevant to what's going on. It was designed for somebody who had a stroke or was involved in a serious accident and was incapacitated. It requires the vice president, the cabinet, 2/3 of each house of Congress. It's a fool's errand.
It's not going to happen.
Think about it. Of course it's not going to happen. But what they're trying to do, though, is now that they couldn't criminalize political differences, they're trying to pathologize, to psychiatrize political differences. They're trying to say, oh, maybe we can't get him on crime, but we're going to show that he has mental problems, that he's disturbed. A guy on CNN today was talking about he has Alzheimer's. He should be subjected to a neurological exam. That is so dangerous. That's what they did in the former Soviet Union. I was involved representing some dissidents in the Soviet Union who were sent to mental hospitals. They did that in China. They did that in apartheid South Africa.
Did you know Nathan or Solzhenitsyn?
There was a guy.
Solzhenitsyn gave that big speech. I think it might have been at Harvard.
It was at Harvard. I was there. There was a guy named Roy Medvedev who wrote a book about being committed to a psychiatric hospital. But it was a pervasive way that tyrannical governments use the power of psychiatry to try to not answer the merits. We don't want to debate the merits. He's crazy.
The Soviet Union was notorious for this, wasn't it?
They were doing it all the time. And the American Psychiatric Association sent a delegation. And the American Psychiatric Association at the Goldwater case said it is wrong for any psychiatrist ever to diagnose anybody without them examining them. Look, I taught law and psychiatry for 25 years at Harvard. I edited the textbook on law and psychiatry. And the first rule of psychiatry is you do not diagnose based on political grounds
funny you say
or
this.
based on
years ago, I read the book, The Synthesis of Russian Mind Control Techniques. That's everything you're discussing, and it's all true.
And
every bit of it's
so
true.
Dangerous.
So
If
dangerous.
you don't like somebody, vote against them.
Exactly.
I voted against Donald Trump.
Amazing.
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
By the way, but it's the only thing we disagree on.
Okay,
I'm just teasing.
But I'm doing it not from a political
No, but you're doing it
perspective.
from a constitutional
And
law
if they were-
perspective and the threat to the Constitution.
Right.
This is a clear and present danger. It's let me bring John and Sarah back in. Sarah, you add to that, you know, when you start surveilling, unmasking, you don't minimize, and then you leak raw intelligence. They did that to General Flynn. And then I'm sure, I will bet everything I have, that they said, oh, you either agree that you lied to us or we're going after your son.
Of course they did.
Of course, right?
And that is definitely what I'm hearing from my sources. I mean, right now, Sean, there are 27 leak investigations at the Department of Justice. That's triple what they had over the last 3 years. So 27 leak investigations. One of those, I guarantee you, is General Flynn, the leak, the classified leak between General Flynn,
Nobody talks
his phone
about it anymore.
conversation with Kislyak.
There was a crime there.
It was a major crime, and we're looking at those leaks, and we're also looking at the Inspector General right now. We're waiting on that Inspector General's report.
It's only a crime
and that's
if it's a
going to be the
grand jury.
biggest.
It's only a crime if it's leaking grand jury minutes.
Not in this particular
FBI
case.
just leaking is a violation of their rules, but it's not itself a crime. Look, leaking has been a weapon of prosecutors for years. I've had prosecutors tell me implicitly, if you don't plead your client guilty, you will be shocked at what will come out about him.
Death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it, Professor?
That's exactly right. And I'm against it, whether it's leaking against Hillary Clinton
You don't care.
or leaking against Donald Trump. It's wrong. You don't leak.
John Solomon, we only have a small percentage of these. And I'm
That's right.
like, wow, if we only have hundreds and there's thousands, what's next?
Yeah, I think the question is who's going to follow this breadcrumb trail? Somebody led a breadcrumb trail to create the Russian narrative. We got to get to the bottom of it.
Great work. Thank you.